But where do we go from here? Has King Charles done enough to quell this now?
No, I don't think so.
For years, royal watchers have debated what truly happens behind palace doors when cameras disappear, public smiles fade, and family loyalty collides with royal hierarchy. But imagine, for a moment, a situation so explosive that a single incident involving Princess Charlotte could force Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, and even King Charles III to confront an uncomfortable question about power, protection, and the future of the monarchy. Because if one member of the royal family crossed a line involving a child, who would step forward first? And who would remain silent? The story begins not with a public scandal, not with a newspaper headline, and not with a dramatic announcement from Buckingham Palace, but with something far more dangerous in royal circles: attention. Throughout modern royal history, attention has been a form of power, and few people understand that reality better than Prince William, the future king, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, whose popularity continues to shape public conversations about the future of the monarchy. According to this imagined scenario discussed by some royal commentators, a private gathering intended to celebrate Princess Charlotte quickly becomes something very different. Instead of a peaceful family occasion, the atmosphere gradually shifts into a contest of influence, status, and authority. What appears on the surface to be a simple family luncheon begins revealing deeper tensions that many palace insiders have speculated about for years. And that raises an important question. What happens when a young royal attracts more attention than some of the senior figures in the room? Princess Charlotte has increasingly become one of the most talked about members of the younger generation. Royal supporters frequently point to Princess Charlotte's confidence, Princess Charlotte's public composure, and Princess Charlotte's growing resemblance to both Prince William and the late Diana, Princess of Wales. For many observers, Princess Charlotte represents continuity, stability, and the next chapter of the royal family. Yet popularity inside a monarchy can be complicated. The British monarchy has always balanced tradition against change, hierarchy against personality, and institutional authority against public affection. Sometimes those forces work together. Sometimes those forces compete, and according to many royal discussions online, that competition often creates unseen tensions beneath the polished image presented to the public. In this story, King Charles III sits at the center of the gathering, attempting to maintain harmony while multiple personalities occupy the same space. Catherine, Princess of Wales, remains focused on Princess Charlotte, displaying the protective instincts that have defined Kate Middleton's public image for years. Prince William appears calm on the surface, yet attentive to every detail around Princess Charlotte. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla occupies a very different position within the royal structure. Unlike Prince William, whose future role as king is guaranteed through succession, or Catherine, Princess of Wales, whose popularity continues strengthening the Wales household, Queen Camilla's position has always been viewed through a different lens by sections of the public. Fairly or unfairly, Queen Camilla remains one of the most debated figures in modern royal history, and that reality continues shaping public narratives surrounding the monarchy. But something didn't add up. If this gathering was meant to celebrate Princess Charlotte, why do some versions of a story focus less on achievement and more on reaction? Why do discussions about this moment center on emotional responses rather than the event itself? The answer lies in what happens next. As Princess Charlotte enthusiastically shares her accomplishments, the mood reportedly begins to change. What starts as a proud moment gradually transforms into an uncomfortable exchange that leaves several people observing in silence. Whether viewed as misunderstanding, personality conflict, or symbolic power struggle, the significance of the moment extends far beyond one conversation. Because royal history teaches an important lesson. The most consequential family disputes rarely begin with dramatic confrontations. Instead, those disputes often begin with subtle comments, small gestures, and moments that seem insignificant until someone realizes what those moments truly represent. And according to supporters of the Wales family, that realization arrives surprisingly quickly. As the atmosphere becomes increasingly strained, Catherine, Princess of Wales, reportedly notices the change. Prince William notices it as well. Yet neither reaction becomes the most significant development of the day. That role belongs to someone else entirely, someone without a royal title, someone without constitutional authority. someone whose loyalty is not to palace tradition but to family. Because while Prince William may be the future king, and while King Charles III may sit atop the monarchy today, there is another figure whose influence inside the Wales family is often underestimated by royal commentators: Carol Middleton. And what happens when Carol Middleton decides that protecting family matters more than respecting hierarchy may become the turning point that changes everything. Before we continue, if you enjoy royal analysis, royal history, and in-depth discussions about Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, King Charles III, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the future of the monarchy, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next royal story. Because the moment Princess Charlotte leaves the room, what unfolds next transforms a tense family gathering into a confrontation that nobody present will easily forget. And the first person to recognize the danger is not Prince William, not King Charles III, and not Queen Camilla. The person who first sensed that something was wrong was not Prince William, the future king, and not even Catherine, Princess of Wales, despite Kate Middleton's reputation for noticing every emotional shift affecting Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. According to the narrative surrounding this story, the person paying closest attention was Carol Middleton, a woman who entered royal life from an entirely different world and therefore viewed palace behavior through a very different lens. While much of the royal family had spent decades adapting to hierarchy, protocol, and carefully managed appearances, Carol Middleton's instincts remained rooted in something simpler and far more powerful. Carol Middleton was not evaluating status. Carol Middleton was evaluating behavior. And from Carol Middleton's perspective, the atmosphere surrounding Princess Charlotte appeared increasingly uncomfortable. That distinction matters because many royal observers believe the greatest conflicts inside the monarchy are rarely about a single event. Instead, those conflicts emerge when patterns begin revealing themselves. A comment becomes a message. A glance becomes a signal. A moment becomes a warning. And this is where everything begins to change. As the gathering continued, Princess Charlotte reportedly excused herself and stepped away from the formal setting. For a young girl surrounded by expectations, cameras, and constant public scrutiny, the gardens offered something precious: freedom. Away from discussions involving the monarchy, away from royal titles, and away from the invisible pressure that often follows senior members of the royal family, Princess Charlotte could simply be a child enjoying a quiet moment. What would you do if you were 11 years old and suddenly escaped a room filled with royal expectations? According to the story, Princess Charlotte wandered through the gardens with growing confidence, admiring flowers, exploring pathways, and gradually leaving behind the tension that had developed inside the residence. For a brief period, Princess Charlotte was no longer thinking about formality or protocol. Princess Charlotte was thinking like a child. That innocent detail becomes critically important later. Because while Princess Charlotte was enjoying the gardens, another dynamic may have been developing elsewhere. Some royal commentators have often argued that influence inside the royal family is not always exercised through direct confrontation. Influence can be expressed through timing, positioning, and understanding precisely when another person is most vulnerable. Whether that interpretation is fair or not remains a matter of opinion, but the possibility adds an entirely new layer to this narrative. When Princess Charlotte eventually returned, carrying flowers selected with genuine enthusiasm, the symbolism was impossible to ignore. The flowers represented affection. The flowers represented innocence. Most importantly, the flowers represented effort. Princess Charlotte was not returning with a political statement or a challenge to royal authority. Princess Charlotte was returning with a gift. Yet according to this version of events, that gift would soon become the center of an unexpected confrontation. And before discussing what happened next, consider the larger context. For years, discussions surrounding the future of the monarchy have increasingly centered around Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. Public polling, media attention, and royal coverage frequently focus on the Wales family as representing the next era of royal leadership. Many supporters view Prince William as the future king best positioned to modernize the institution while preserving tradition. Many supporters view Kate Middleton as a stabilizing force whose popularity strengthens public trust. Princess Charlotte exists directly within that future. Could that reality influence how some individuals view Princess Charlotte's growing prominence? Royal commentators disagree on the answer, but the question itself continues, generating debate among royal audiences around the world. As Princess Charlotte approached the residence carrying the flowers, reports within this narrative suggest that excitement quickly turned into uncertainty. The confidence, visible only moments earlier, reportedly began fading. The cheerful energy surrounding Princess Charlotte reportedly encountered resistance. And what makes this moment so significant is not simply the interaction itself. The significance comes from who was watching. Because while Princess Charlotte may have been focused on delivering a thoughtful gift, Catherine, Princess of Wales, remained nearby. Prince William remained nearby. King Charles III remained nearby. Most importantly, Carol Middleton remained nearby. Unlike many people inside royal circles, Carol Middleton was not measuring the situation through constitutional responsibilities or palace calculations. Carol Middleton was measuring the situation through the eyes of a grandmother. That difference would soon prove decisive. Before long, observers in this story begin noticing something remarkable. The atmosphere surrounding Princess Charlotte starts changing rapidly, and as concern grows, the reactions of Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, become increasingly important. Supporters of the Wales family often point out that Prince William has repeatedly demonstrated a strong protective instinct where family is concerned, while Kate Middleton has built a public reputation around prioritizing the well-being of Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. But even those qualities would soon be overshadowed, because the next development would not revolve around Prince William, the future king. The next development would not revolve around King Charles III. The next development would not even revolve around Queen Camilla. Instead, the story was about to become a direct clash between royal authority and maternal instinct. And once Carol Middleton decided that enough was enough, the entire balance of the room would begin shifting in a direction that nobody expected. Before we continue, if you enjoy thoughtful royal analysis involving Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, King Charles III, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, and the future of the royal family, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the confrontation that follows may become the defining moment of this entire story. Because when Princess Charlotte finally stepped back into the room carrying those flowers, what happened next transformed concern into outrage and transformed Carol Middleton from a quiet observer into the most formidable person in the room. Princess Charlotte had no reason to believe that a simple walk through the gardens would become the turning point of the entire day. Carrying a small collection of flowers chosen with genuine excitement, Princess Charlotte reportedly approached the gathering with the same innocent enthusiasm that has made many royal supporters view Princess Charlotte as one of the most relatable members of the younger generation. Yet according to this story, the moment Princess Charlotte crossed back into the room, the atmosphere changed so abruptly that several people immediately sensed something was wrong. What makes this moment particularly fascinating is that the alleged confrontation was never really about flowers. The flowers simply became a symbol. The real issue, according to many interpretations of a story, involves something much larger: status, influence, and the growing prominence of the Wales family within the modern monarchy. As public attention increasingly focuses on Prince William, the future king, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, discussions surrounding the future direction of the royal family have become impossible to ignore. Princess Charlotte, as part of that future generation, naturally occupies a unique position within that conversation. And this is where tensions reportedly became visible. According to the narrative, Queen Camilla immediately noticed details that others might have ignored. A slightly untidy appearance after time spent outdoors, traces of garden soil, signs that Princess Charlotte had been enjoying a moment of childhood freedom rather than maintaining strict royal presentation. While many observers might view those details as completely insignificant, this version of events suggests that Queen Camilla viewed the situation very differently. What would you have done in that situation? Would you have seen a child carrying flowers? Or would you have focused on the imperfections? That question sits at the center of everything that follows. Supporters of the Wales family often argue that one reason Catherine, Princess of Wales, remains so popular is because Kate Middleton consistently appears to balance royal responsibility with normal family experiences. Whether attending school events, sporting activities, or public engagements, Kate Middleton frequently projects the image of a mother first and a royal second. That approach has resonated with many members of the public. Yet according to the story, the values represented by Catherine, Princess of Wales, were about to collide directly with a far more traditional view of hierarchy and protocol. The result was immediate. As the interaction intensified, Princess Charlotte reportedly began losing the confidence that had been visible only moments earlier. The cheerful energy disappeared. The excitement surrounding the flowers disappeared. The situation reportedly evolved into something that several observers interpreted as deeply uncomfortable. And perhaps the most revealing detail was not Princess Charlotte's reaction. The most revealing detail was the reaction of everyone else. King Charles III, according to the narrative, appeared caught between competing responsibilities. On one side stood the role of monarch, a position requiring stability and control. On the other side stood the role of grandfather, a position requiring compassion and protection. Throughout royal history, many monarchs have struggled when institutional obligations collide with personal relationships. Could King Charles III have been facing a similar dilemma in that moment? Many royal watchers would undoubtedly debate that question. Meanwhile, Prince William reportedly noticed the shift almost immediately. Supporters of Prince William often point to the future king's increasingly visible confidence over recent years. As Prince William prepares for eventual succession, many analysts believe Prince William has become far more willing to define clear boundaries regarding family matters. Catherine, Princess of Wales, reportedly noticed the change as well. For Kate Middleton, the situation was not political. For Kate Middleton, the situation was personal. Every parent understands that moment when concern begins replacing patience. Every parent understands that instinctive feeling when something affecting a child suddenly becomes impossible to ignore. According to the story, Catherine, Princess of Wales, was rapidly approaching that point. But someone else had already arrived there. And that person was Carol Middleton. What happened next raised even bigger questions. While many people inside royal circles are accustomed to navigating complicated power structures, Carol Middleton's perspective remained remarkably straightforward. Carol Middleton was not calculating headlines. Carol Middleton was not considering protocol. Carol Middleton was not weighing constitutional implications. Carol Middleton was watching Princess Charlotte. That distinction changed everything. As concerns surrounding Princess Charlotte reportedly intensified, Carol Middleton began viewing the situation through an entirely different lens than everyone else in the room. Where some people may have seen an uncomfortable exchange, Carol Middleton allegedly saw a child becoming increasingly distressed. Where others may have hesitated out of respect for hierarchy, Carol Middleton allegedly felt the growing urgency of family loyalty. And family loyalty has a unique characteristic. Family loyalty often ignores rank. Family loyalty often ignores status. Family loyalty often ignores consequences. According to supporters of the Middleton family, that reality explains why the next chapter of this story became so explosive. Because once Carol Middleton decided that protecting Princess Charlotte mattered more than respecting the invisible rules governing royal interactions, the balance of power inside the room reportedly began shifting with astonishing speed. Prince William, the future king, was watching. Catherine, Princess of Wales, was watching. King Charles III was watching. Even Queen Camilla, according to the narrative, may have realized that something significant was about to happen. Because the quiet observer sitting on the sidelines was no longer content to remain silent. Before we continue, if you enjoy royal analysis involving Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, King Charles III, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, and the evolving future of the monarchy, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next stage of this story contains the moment that many supporters describe as the true turning point. Because once Carol Middleton finally stepped forward, the discussion was no longer about flowers, appearances, or royal etiquette. The discussion became a direct confrontation between royal authority and a grandmother determined to protect Princess Charlotte at any cost. And according to this narrative, that confrontation would leave the entire room stunned. The moment Carol Middleton stepped forward, the entire dynamic of the room reportedly changed. Until that point, according to this narrative, everyone had been reacting to events as they unfolded. Prince William, the future king, was watching carefully. Catherine, Princess of Wales, was focused entirely on Princess Charlotte. King Charles III appeared trapped between competing loyalties. Yet Carol Middleton was no longer observing the situation from a distance. Carol Middleton had made a decision, and once that decision was made, there was no turning back. Many royal commentators have long argued that one of the most underestimated figures connected to the royal family is Carol Middleton herself. Unlike senior royals who spent decades navigating palace politics, Carol Middleton built a reputation through determination, discipline, and family loyalty. That background created a very different mindset from the traditions often associated with Buckingham Palace. What happens when someone from outside the institution stops accepting the institution's rules? That question suddenly became impossible to ignore. According to this version of events, Carol Middleton's attention immediately shifted toward Princess Charlotte. Rather than becoming distracted by rank, titles, or the significance of the people involved, Carol Middleton allegedly focused on the person who mattered most in that moment. Princess Charlotte's confidence had reportedly vanished. Princess Charlotte's excitement had reportedly disappeared. Whatever happiness Princess Charlotte carried into the room was now being replaced by visible distress. For Carol Middleton, that observation changed everything. Supporters of Catherine, Princess of Wales, often praise Kate Middleton's ability to remain composed during difficult situations. Prince William is frequently described as disciplined and measured. Yet according to this narrative, Carol Middleton represented something different entirely. Carol Middleton represented instinct. And instinct can be remarkably powerful. As the tension intensified, several people reportedly expected Prince William to intervene first. After all, Prince William is the future king. Prince William is the father of Princess Charlotte. Prince William has increasingly demonstrated authority within the modern royal family. Yet the story suggests that Carol Middleton moved before Prince William had the opportunity. That detail is important because it transforms the confrontation from a royal disagreement into something much deeper. This was no longer about palace hierarchy. This was about family. According to the narrative, Carol Middleton positioned herself directly beside Princess Charlotte, creating what many supporters later described as an emotional shield around the young princess. Whether symbolic or literal, the message reportedly became unmistakable. Princess Charlotte was no longer standing alone. And that was the moment everything began unraveling. Because once Carol Middleton entered the situation, the focus shifted away from Princess Charlotte and toward the adults. The attention that had been centered on a child now moved toward questions of responsibility, judgment, and accountability. Royal authority may command respect, but family loyalty commands something equally powerful. Would you stay silent if someone you loved appeared genuinely distressed? Many viewers already know the answer. What happened next raised even more questions about the balance of power inside the monarchy. According to supporters of the Wales family, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, quickly recognized that the situation had crossed an invisible line. While Prince William reportedly maintained composure, observers within the story describe a noticeable shift in Prince William's demeanor. The future king was no longer simply observing events. Prince William was evaluating them. The same appeared true for Catherine, Princess of Wales. Kate Middleton's public image has always centered around stability, warmth, and family values. Yet many royal watchers believe there is another side to Catherine, Princess of Wales, that emerges when family is involved. According to this narrative, that protective side was becoming increasingly visible. And then attention turned toward King Charles III. Throughout modern royal history, King Charles III has often been portrayed as a figure balancing institutional duty with personal relationships. That balancing act is rarely simple. Every decision carries consequences. Every reaction carries symbolism. Every silence carries meaning. According to many interpretations of the story, King Charles III's response became almost as significant as the confrontation itself. Why? Because people were no longer asking what happened. People were beginning to ask what King Charles III would do about it. That question hung over the room like a storm cloud. Meanwhile, discussions among royal commentators often focus on another fascinating reality. As Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, continue preparing for their future roles, many observers believe the center of gravity inside the monarchy is gradually shifting toward the Wales household. Public support, media attention, and growing interest in Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis have all contributed to that perception. Could this incident, if something similar ever occurred, represent a larger struggle over influence within the royal family? Some believe so, others strongly disagree. Yet the possibility creates enormous dramatic tension. Because if this story is really about influence rather than flowers, then the stakes become far greater than a simple family disagreement. And this is where everything reaches a new level. According to the narrative, the confrontation was no longer confined to one uncomfortable moment. The confrontation had evolved into a test of loyalties. Prince William, the future king, was watching. Catherine, Princess of Wales, was watching. King Charles III was watching. Even palace insiders, according to some interpretations, would have understood the significance of what was unfolding. The room was waiting. The family was waiting. And perhaps most importantly, Queen Camilla was waiting. Before we continue, if you enjoy royal commentary, royal history, and in-depth discussions involving Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, King Charles III, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, and the future of the monarchy, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications because the next chapter contains the moment that changes the entire direction of the story. Because once the confrontation reached its peak, attention would shift away from Carol Middleton, away from Princess Charlotte, and directly toward King Charles III, whose reaction, or lack of reaction, would leave everyone questioning where the true balance of power inside the royal family really exists. By this point in the story, the central question was no longer whether Princess Charlotte had experienced an uncomfortable moment. The central question had become something much larger. What would King Charles III do when loyalty to family collided with loyalty to the institution itself? Throughout royal history, monarchs have often been forced to make difficult choices between personal relationships and public responsibilities, but according to the narrative surrounding this story, King Charles III now faced a challenge that reached directly into the heart of the royal family. What would you do if every decision carried consequences for both family unity and the future of the monarchy? That question helps explain why so many royal commentators remain fascinated by stories involving Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, King Charles III, and the next generation of royals. The future of the institution increasingly revolves around perception, trust, and stability. Any situation involving Princess Charlotte naturally attracts attention because Princess Charlotte represents more than a child within the royal family. Princess Charlotte represents part of the monarchy's future. According to many interpretations of this narrative, the silence that followed became more powerful than any argument that could have been delivered. Sometimes the most revealing moments are not created by dramatic speeches. Sometimes the most revealing moments emerge from hesitation, reflection, and the realization that circumstances have changed. Whether fair or unfair, many royal watchers have often judged situations based not only on actions, but also on reactions. And this is where the story takes its most interesting turn, because attention gradually shifts away from Queen Camilla and toward Prince William, the future king. For years, discussions about succession have focused on how Prince William might eventually shape the monarchy. Supporters of Prince William frequently describe the Prince of Wales as increasingly decisive, increasingly confident, and increasingly willing to establish clear boundaries around family matters. According to many observers, that transformation has become more noticeable with each passing year. Could this story symbolize that larger transition? Many viewers believe it does. Rather than focusing on conflict, the narrative increasingly focuses on protection. Rather than highlighting division, the narrative highlights loyalty. The emotional center of the story is no longer the confrontation itself. The emotional center becomes the response from those closest to Princess Charlotte. That distinction matters because audiences connect most strongly with stories about relationships. Prince William protecting family. Catherine, Princess of Wales protecting family. Carol Middleton protecting family. Even King Charles III, according to some interpretations, confronting difficult questions about family. Those themes resonate far beyond royal titles. And yet another layer exists beneath the surface. Many discussions surrounding the modern monarchy frequently compare different branches of the royal family. Conversations often include Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, alongside Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. Supporters on different sides frequently debate questions involving loyalty, independence, tradition, and change. While Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are not central figures within this particular story, the broader context reminds audiences how family tensions can become magnified when public expectations and institutional pressures enter the equation. Does that reality make royal life more difficult than most people imagine? Many royal watchers would argue that it does. As the narrative approaches its conclusion, attention increasingly turns toward what the future might look like. Princess Charlotte continues growing into a more visible member of the royal family. Prince George continues preparing for responsibilities that come with being second in line to the throne. Prince Louis continues capturing public attention through personality and spontaneity. Meanwhile, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, continue strengthening their position as the figures many supporters associate with the next era of the monarchy. That future-focused perspective changes the meaning of the entire story. Instead of viewing the narrative as a disagreement between individuals, many supporters interpret the story as a symbolic struggle between different visions of leadership. One vision emphasizes hierarchy and tradition. Another vision emphasizes connection, relatability, and family-centered values. Whether that interpretation is accurate remains open to debate, but the existence of that debate explains why stories like this generate so much interest among royal audiences. And perhaps that is the most fascinating aspect of all. The story begins with attention focused on conflict, but the story ends with attention focused on legacy. Because long after individual disagreements fade from memory, the monarchy will continue facing the same essential challenge. How does the institution preserve tradition while remaining connected to future generations? How does the royal family balance authority with humanity? How does King Charles III's reign eventually transition into the era of Prince William, the future king? Those questions remain unanswered. And perhaps those unanswered questions are exactly why royal stories continue capturing global attention. Before we finish, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe stories like this reflect larger public perceptions surrounding Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, King Charles III, and the future of the monarchy? Do you think the Wales family represents a different direction for the royal family than previous generations? And which member of the royal family do you believe will have the greatest influence on the institution's future? If you enjoyed this discussion about Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, Princess Charlotte, King Charles III, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, and the evolving future of the royal family, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and join our growing community of royal watchers. Because the next chapter of the royal story is still being written, the future king has not yet taken the throne, the future generation continues stepping into the spotlight, and the questions shaping the monarchy today may ultimately determine what the royal family looks like for decades to come. Until next time, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting the channel, and be sure to click on the next video appearing on your screen, because the story behind the next royal headline may be even more surprising than the one we explored today.